Hello, America. It's Sean Bianca, GOP Girl and Clean TV Live. And hello, Sharia law. Goodbye to your freedom of speech. Everyone, I don't care what the president tweets. I really don't. You know what? If President Trump wants to tweet from the toilet and it's something important, then wonderful. If that's how he wants to speak to Americans, wonderful. But let's have it be something important. Because America, your freedom of speech is being threatened as we speak, okay? Thanks to little twerp Marco Rubio. Yeah, I was going to say worm. Marco Rubio, all right? Here, this is what I want you to know, all right? I saw this today on Facebook, and obviously Facebook doesn't want people to know what's going on, and so it was all jumbled, and I couldn't really see it, and someone contacted me, and they said, you know what, I think you should do a story on this as well, and do a blog and get the information out on this, because it needs to be out. Everyone needs to know this. And you know what? I want to know, and you should want to know, why the president isn't tweeting about this instead of tweeting against Morning Micah and Morning Joe, which consequently, hedge fund guy yesterday told me, you know what? And he's a Trump supporter. He said, I had no idea who Morning Micah and Morning Joe were until President Trump sent that tweet. So he's giving them notoriety. But this is what's important. On April 4th, 2017, this U.S. Senate passed Senate Resolution 118 condemning hate crime and any other form of racism, religious or ethnic bias, discrimination, incitement to violence, or animus targeting a minority in the United States. The resolution was drafted, listen to this is the kicker. The resolution was drafted by a Muslim organization, Engage USA, who, Marco Rubio, he should be held accountable and tried for treason, because he is working with Muslims who are involved in a terrorist organization and are on the terror watch list, okay? That is how serious this is. And I want to know why President Trump isn't tweeting every senator and every congressman should vote no on Resolution 118 and 257. All right, now listen to this, okay? The resolution was drafted by a Muslim organization, Engage USA, formerly Emerge USA, and the Muslim Public Affairs Council, MPAC, on April 6, 2017. Engage USA wrote the following on their Facebook page. By the way, everyone, guess what? They are celebrating. Muslims are celebrating. Well, we thought we had a victory last week. We thought we had a victory last week with the travel ban. Of course, not so much, because when you really read into it, a lot of provisions were made, okay? So it's not that great of a travel ban. It's something. However, I want to know why President Trump isn't speaking out against this. Because the Muslims were celebrating the fact that Marco Rubio helped them with this, and other senators. Here we go. Thanks to the hard work, this is on Engage USA's Facebook page. Thanks to the hard work of Senator Marco Rubio, Senator Dianne Feinstein, Senator Susan Collins, and Senator Kamala Harris, we have achieved the approval of Senate Resolution 118, an anti-hate crime bill drafted by Emerge USA. It is days like this that Americans are reminded of this country's founding principles: equal opportunity, freedom, justice. We are proud to help support the protection of these rights. Hashtag Amore Perfect Union. Hashtag the American Dream. Now, this is scary. There are going to be task forces that are going to go after people like moi, who dare to speak out against Islam, okay? So just for putting something, and everyone out there, just because you put something on your Facebook page that is anti-Muslim or anti-Islam, you can be accused of being guilty of a hate crime. even if it's just a tweet, even if it's just a Facebook little status, does not matter. All you have to do is use your own freedom of speech, which is no longer your freedom of speech, okay? Now, what is scary about this, okay, on so many levels, is yes, here we go, the task force. Let me go to that first. It says the federal law enforcement, they're going to work with state and local officials, yada, yada, yada. The federal agencies will work to improve the reporting of hate crimes and encourages the development of an interagency task force led by the Attorney General to collaborate on the development of effective strategies and efforts to detect and deter hate crime. The resolution refers to hate crimes against Muslims, Jews, African Americans, Hindus, and Sikhs, and was sponsored by Senator Kamala Harris and co-sponsored by Senators Rubio, Senator Dianne Feinstein, and Senator Susan Collins. So all of those senators are guilty of treason in my and many other people's opinions. Because what this is setting up for is, I just found out about this today, okay? So I will admit I've got so much information to put out to you people, and I'm going to post it on my blog, gopgirlblog.blogspot.com. I've got a video that talks about Marco Rubio and how involved he is in this. I have so many different sites. You can go to these resolutions yourself, and you can see it. Just Google House Resolution 257, Senate Resolution 118. And remember, this is already passed, okay? Because it has already passed on April 4th, 2017. So, you know, I actually had somebody say to me, the person that sent this to me said, you know, Marco Rubio is involved in this. You have these senators involved in it. It makes you wonder, you know, and now the president is doing all these stupid tweets and yeah, you know, he's getting back at mainstream media and this and that. However, there's something much bigger going on. Something much bigger, like Americans losing their freedom of speech. George Washington, okay? Here's a quote from George Washington. If the freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led like sheep to the slaughter. Okay, now let me just go on because this goes a little bit further. Because what their goal is to bring in Sharia law. This is what they are working towards, and that's why I say I have so much information. Oh, here we go. All right, here. We are asking every person who receives this email, this is one of the sites that I've gone to, especially members of the U.S. Armed Forces on active duty, Christian clergy, members of law enforcement, and the 22 million veterans in the United States who raised their right hand and swore to protect and defend the Constitution, because this is against everything in our Constitution, to aggressively oppose those two resolutions. Please ask them to oppose this proposed law and vote against any senator or congressman in both parties who votes for this proposed anti-U.S. Constitution and pro-Sharia law resolutions. This is the Muslim Brotherhood, so right here, the Muslim Brotherhood and CARE international terrorist organizations who managed to get Senate Resolution 118 and House Resolution 257 introduced into the House and Senate. If those resolutions are passed into law, that law will criminalize freedom of speech. Do you hear this, people? So get mad at me all you want, because I was a little disgusted at the president's tweet. Okay, because my feeling is he's the most powerful man in the world. He doesn't need to stoop to the level of Micah and Joe. He's giving them too much credit, okay? Because, you know, I'm sorry. I don't care about the president's ego. I don't care about his fighting back to stupid, meaningless journalists. What I care about is the fact that we are dealing with senators in our country, okay, that are now working towards Sharia law, replacing the Constitution of the United States. It is July 4th on Tuesday. And this is what I get messaged on. Sean, please get the message out. Our freedom of speech is at risk, and our president thinks it's more important to tweet against Morning Joe and Morning Micah and to tweet a video with his going after CNN. Mr. President, go after the senators that are guilty of treason. Mr. President, you've got bigger issues. We voted for you. I voted for you. I supported you, and I still support you. Now do your job, because if this passes, you have the power to veto it. And I want to know why you haven't put the word out that if this passes and our freedom of speech is threatened and Sharia law is to be soon introduced into the United States of America, I want to know from you, I want a tweet from you, Mr. President, that you will veto it. Everyone, please share this video. I will get this information out ASAP. I have another job, but trust me, I will have this out by tomorrow night. And next, I can't even research it, but the Yulin Dog Meat Festival, I can't. 10,000 dogs during this festival are tortured, and apparently they torture the dogs and they keep them alive as long as they can, and until they finally die, because it makes the meat more tender and it gives men a better sexual prowess or something. Okay, so I cannot handle dogs or any animal being tortured. And so I am asking you to call your congressmen and your senators, ask them to vote no on 118, on Senate Resolution 118, House Resolution 257, and Resolutions 30 and 401 against dog meat. The dogs that, some people may think, oh, well, it's just feral dogs in China. No, it's not. These people are actually taking people's pets off of the street and butchering them. I saw one video and I honestly could not handle it. So call your congressmen, call your senators, use your voice while you still can. No on 257, no on 118, back Resolution 30, yes, back Resolution 401. Thank you for watching tonight. I hope you have a great 4th of July if I don't see you sooner. This is Sean Bianca, GOP Girl with Clean TV Live, and you can read my blog at gopgirlblog.blogspot.com. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.